Main event, Jack Della Maddalena, Islam Makhachev. We've talked about this a lot. Jack Della Maddalena's got the boxing. Islam's got the wrestling. I saw a thing this morning on Twitter. Somebody said, if Islam loses, does that affect his legacy? And I responded, I put, no. And everyone's like, why? Explain. And I thought that's pretty obvious. He's the greatest lightweight fighter that the sport's ever seen. He defended the belt 4 times. He's beaten great fighters. Just because he goes up to 170 and potentially might lose to Jack, I don't think that would affect the work he's done in the past.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think people will judge him like the people asking you why it doesn't affect his legacy. But I think in terms of his lightweight status, I mean, we saw Max Holloway fail at trying to go up to 155 pounds and then went off and continued to rattle off wins at 145 pounds. But the difference is now they make you lose the belt. So now Ilya's got the belt. So if he goes back down, you're not starting off as the champion. Whereas back in the day, they were trying to let guys be both. You hold the belt in 2 different divisions. Where I still don't think it affects his legacy. I still think he has the ability to go back down to 155 if he wants to. I think he's just testing it out. Now, obviously, if he wins it, then he's there for a while. But that certainly just increases his legacy by a ton. I think a loss to Jack just shows that he's a little bit human. That's it.
Well, if he wins,
it's a big risk, big reward for him. I mean, if he goes and beats up Jack and gets that belt, then he is top of the pound for pound list, no doubt.
Well, he becomes a double champion, of which there is only, I'm going to say 12,
15.
15. I don't know. Who was the first ever double champ, Paul?
Conor McGregor.
No, incorrect.
Wait, no. I thought you meant simultaneous double. He was the first simultaneous double champ.
First ever double champ.
Couture?
Randy Couture.
Yeah.
Second. I know the answer.
The second Conor? Somebody else do it.
Another old school guy.
I'll give you a hint. He has more arrests this year than title wins.
DJ Penn?
Oh, you're a dickhead, Harrington. That's a legend you're talking about there. It's a goddamn legend. Okay?
I agree. I just wanted to give a hint. It was a good hint.
It was a good hint. I knew who you meant right away.
It was a good hint.
Randy Couture, BJ Penn. Then I think it was Conor McGregor. DC.
You're forgetting one.
Nunez.
Forgetting one.
Well, spit it out.
You were there for it. Yeah, there you go.
Who else?
So it was McGregor, GSP, DC, Amanda Nunes, Cejudo, and John Jones.
John Jones, that's what I was forgetting.
Alex and Ilya.
Alex Pereira, of course, and Ilya Taporia. Yeah. So is that 10? Regardless, anyway, it's a very select group that he will be joining.
Not many in the terms of how many people have fought in the UFC or been champion even in the UFC.
People talk about the striking, obviously, of Jack. When you look at Islam Makhachev, he did knock out Alexander Volkanovski cold, pretty much.
Yeah, beautiful
head kick. No one else has done that. He did have moments on the feet against Dustin Poirier, who's a very, very good striker.
Yeah, I don't think he's a terrible striker at all. I just think he's very basic, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I think he knows what works, and he uses it to great effect mixed in with his advanced grappling, right? But he's not afraid to trade, which is why I think Islam does have so much success with not having to shoot over and over. Like Khabib was just a maniac when it came to pressure and wrestling and just throwing big punches into his shots. He never let off the gas. Whereas Islam can sit, pick shots, trade with you for a little bit, get close enough, then try to grab you. He still has failed shot attempts, and then he still manages to get it to the ground, but nowhere near like, his mentor, Khabib, who would just be shooting from across the cage, didn't give a shit, was just trying to get a hold of you. Islam is much more willing to strike. Is that a problem, though? Is that a problem? At any moment, if you look at Bilal was forced to kind of have to exchange at length with Jack. And the longer you give him, Jack shows up in great shape. I've been watching some of his YouTube and stuff like that, man. He seems very dialed. He's got Volk coming and visiting him. They've been specifically going over it. And Craig Jones, who just seems to really understand these guys on a level to be able to defend it. I love this fight. I cannot wait to go there and be in the arena for this fight. I love Jack Della Maddalena, even though he's in my boys' division. He's in Bilal's division, but
you're not going to be in the arena.
No, I'll be backstage. But
I did it in Abu Dhabi. I was so annoyed. I was just there watching it on a small monitor.
You can't leave at all.
You can. You can bounce in and out and walk around with your VIP bloody credential and give it that shit. But you're not in a seat. You're not enjoying the fights.
Yeah, no.
You're not there, Paul. You're there to work.
The only fight I want to ask them to go out and honestly watch for a second is Sean's fight. I was like, you think I can go out, watch it, and then run back before the winner is announced? It's like, they're like, we could probably get you a seat behind the commentators for a minute. Even if I have to stand, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, obviously, when the fights were going on with Tom and Cyril and all the rest of it. When you look at Islam Makhachev, so I said, and I've said this a few times, the perfect warm-up fight for Jack Della Maddalena is fighting Belal Muhammad and beating him the way that he did, right? Self-explanatory. Don't need to go into that. However, you got to remember this is Islam Makhachev, and it is a different level. And that's not no disrespect to Belal Muhammad, but it's Islam. I mean, look at the record, 27 wins, 1 loss. And look at what he did to Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira just looked like a monster against Mateusz Gamrot. Islam just dominated in the whole fight and then got that head and arm triangle in the second round. Volkanovski 2 times on the bounce. Poirier. Look at what he did to Moicano, right? Look at what Moicano did to Benoit Saint-Denis. And Islam goes out there and walks just right through him.
Hot knife through butter. Knife through butter. Yeah, that's what's going to be and that's why I think we're so damn intrigued on this fight, right? Because we saw Jack handle that pressure from Belal, and I love Belal. I trained with him for years. He's my boy. We talk, but I think even he would admit he's not quite the same type of pressure in the grappling department as somebody like Islam is. Islam, I'm telling you, my buddy Ryan has been training at Nick Catone's and Frankie's and all these gyms while they're all in town. And he's been seeing him move and spar. And he said, first of all, I know he's not that heavy, but he said he looks fucking strong and huge.
He looks big. He's been piling on the creatine. He's gone up.
Which is crazy that he's never done any of that kind of stuff. And it's everywhere. The PI is handing that shit out like it's candy.
Yeah, so he's on all the supplements, and when I say supplements, I mean legal supplements. Before you all start, he's eating, he's eating the finest grass-fed beef straight from the Dagestani mountains. Probably a bit of
some goat,
a couple of lamb curries thrown in there, goat curries thrown in as well. He's on a good diet. He's going up a weight class. He's an incredible grappler. However, he is only human. He's a human being. So how good can you get? Because Belal is good. Look at what Belal did to Leon Edwards, right? Leon had a couple of moments, but for the most part, Belal dominated the fight. And Leon's good at beating that kind of style. But Jack Della Maddalena stopped him. Jack stopped Belal, no problem.
I'm high on Jack Della Maddalena at this point. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to pick Jack Della Maddalena in this fight. I do think that, and especially if you're a gambler, he's the champion and Islam's coming up to his division and moving up a weight class, and he's still the underdog in this fight. I don't think it's crazy. I don't know what the line is. I'm sure the boys know what the line is, but I'm going with Jack. I think he will get taken down. I just think he does a really, really good job of forcing scrambles and up a weight class, trying to hold down the bigger guy for extended periods of time. When Jack gets to his feet, he makes you pay. He doesn't hold back. Like, he's very, very good at being in some crazy scrambles, defending takedowns, and then hurting you with great punches, switching stances as well constantly.
Look at that win over Gilbert Burns. He defended a takedown as he was scrambling back to his feet,
and then
lands that knee on Gilbert Burns. Harrington, the odds, I think it's like 2-1 for Islam, right?
It's actually a little bit better. He's the biggest favorite on the main card, Islam Makhachev, anywhere from between -240 to -290. You're getting better than 2-1 on your money back if you're on Jack Della.
I think a lot of people are going to take that bet. I
You
think
have to, right? Like it's like when Khabib at the end of Khabib's career, you just have to bet against him.
Yeah, you're not going to. It's not worth the money.
It's not worth betting on him.
Yeah.
If you put a gun, I did an Instagram video the other day for a sponsor, and I said that Jack was going to win. I hadn't put too much thought into it, and I can make a million arguments for Jack, like the Bilal fight, given the fact that he's on this 18-fight win streak, I believe it is, that he's got way better boxing, that he does have good takedown defense. But I think when you look at pressure situations, the big moments that kind of separate the ultra elite fighters from the others, this is Jack's first defense. And I'm not saying he can't rise to these moments. Of course he can. Yeah. Of course. But Islam's been there multiple times. This is Madison Square Garden. It's a super fight. I've been there. I'd had 27 fights in the UFC. And I remember being at Madison Square Garden, and I've got George St. Pierre on the other side of me. And yeah, granted, I had one eye and I had torn up ribs. But even still, I was a bit like, whoa, this is a little different. This is a proper super fight, you know? It does get to you. Islam's been there before many times. He kind of is.
He lives it. He lives under the shadow of one of the greatest of all time, his whole entire career. And their whole mission between Habib's late father and Habib has been that you're the next one. All those guys live with that pressure, which I think is why they succeed so tremendously. They're every day in the room is that pressure for them.
Where we left off, I don't think either one of you guys gave an official pick for the main event, did you?
No.
I'm going to say Islam Makhachev.
Oh, shit.
I say Islam does. Yeah, I do. I said Jack, but I'm going to say Islam. I said Jack on Instagram, and I'm not trying to hedge my bets. I just think the more we've talked about it, the more I've looked into it, the more.
So your official pick is Islam.
Yeah, but we're going to have a forfeit on this.
Oh, man.
Because I know you're going to do Jack.
I'm going to do Jack.
All right. We did used to have the one chip. What was it?
Yeah, but they stopped making those because they were killing people.
What can we do? Like, we got to do something fun, like a forfeit for whoever loses. Who are you guys picking?
I'm on Jack.
You're on Jack? Brian?
I think Islam's going to win, but I would put money on Jack.
Yeah. Well,
but what's your official pick? So you're picking Islam?
Yeah.
All right.
Right. So we've got Islam. You two have got Jack. So we need a forfeit for Monday morning. Let us know in the comment section, please. And whoever wins and loses will do it.
A
shoey. That's not a forfeit. I'll do a shoey right now.
Yeah, I wish I had a beer. I
look like a bit of a dickhead, though. Shocking underdogs, big knockouts, and lightning fast submissions. That's the beauty of the UFC. Every card's got a fight where the odds don't tell the whole story, and that's where money is made at MyBookie. This weekend's card is stacked with chances to do it again. And on MyBookie, you get all of the action, fight props, live betting, and boosts that turn good calls into big payouts. If you still haven't tried MyBookie, what are you even doing? Call yourself an MMA fan, get involved with MyBookie, and use the code BELIEVE. And your first bet, up to $500, is fully covered. If you miss, then you can get it right back with your bet back bonus. This is where you take your shot. Build your bankroll and roll into Sunday football with house money. You don't need luck when you've got the right book. Play with MyBookie. And remember, the code is BELIEVE to get that bet back bonus.